Yo, what's good, everybody? It's J Dub, and I'm checking in live for another sports talk. I'm gonna jump on all different types of sports topics that are exciting me at the moment right now. So, and as you can see, I'm in soccer mode right now because I just got done watching my city boys handle their business against Manchester United, and now we one win away from completing the treble. You know, because the FA Cup is part of the treble. We already won the Premier League championship. So now we just got to win the Champions League against Inter in Istanbul, and I'm super excited about that. I've been keeping track of my boys throughout the entire season, and yeah, I'm super excited that we finally about to get over the hump. Because just in the past, we've always we'll have a good team, and then we'll get to a point where we have to win a game, and we can never complete that. We complete the mission. You know, we'll always come up short in the end, and then we'll come empty. We'll end up empty-handed throughout the season with no title. So sometimes we might get the Premier League championship, but we won't get anything else because we'll always struggle against the La Liga teams, and the Italian teams, and just and even the Bundesliga teams. You know, we'd be struggling against them, but not this year. This year we've been handling our business. We've been dominating when we need to dominate, and it's about to be that time. So I'm gonna be super excited throughout the week, and hope and leading up to the final, and hopefully we handle our business and become one of the great soccer teams ever. You know, so I'm super excited for them to finally get over the hump. And I'm rocking my Man City gear right now, so I'm super hyped about that. You know, for once I got some decent sports news for the year. Super excited. But anyway, I'm gonna get on to some other sports topics. Let me jump straight into boxing. I don't think I've. It's been a minute since I've done a video, so I'm gonna jump into the boxing. How excited I am for the Spence and Crawford fight. Finally, I'm so happy it's finally about to go down, because this is gonna be one of the best welterweight matchups in recent memory. We got two boxers that have all of the tools from a style standpoint. You know, they both have for styles that people don't that is that they got complement each other, and they don't have too many weaknesses in their game. They got the footwork, they got the hands, they got the strength. They can knock you out. They got and it's just such a great matchup, and it's such a good thing for boxing. I think the whole month of July, as far as just fighting overall, whether it be MMA and boxing, is going to be a great month of fighting in general. Because I think on the same day you got the Poirier fight with UFC, and that's going to be it'll be on the same night as the Crawford Spence fight. So it's going to be a double whammy. You got two fights. You might want to pull up on pay per view wise, or you just pull up on going out there to see it. Cause I think the UFC fights in Salt Lake City, and the boxing in the match, the mega fight with Spence and Crawford is going to be up in Vegas, and it's looking like I'm going to be in Vegas for that fight. So I'm looking forward to that, So, but yeah, both these fighters are very matched up. I'm a Crawford guy, because Crawford's pretty much the Agent Smith of boxing, in my opinion. He's type of fighter that he don't really have a signature punch. He's a master. He's just good at all punches. So you don't know what he's gonna beat you with. What I'm saying, he has all the tools in his toolbox to beat you from punches standpoint. You got the defense. You got the good foot. You got the footwork. He's fast. You can't knock him out easily. He's just a overall solid fighter, but he doesn't have really and he can switch his stance on you. So he's just a total package as a boxer. I just have a hard time. I think hard time seeing this anybody. I just don't. I don't know. I think that, but I think also that could be his detriment. That he doesn't have really a set type of strategy. I think he adjusts throughout the fight, but depending on who he's fighting, if somebody's strong enough and quick enough to get up on him early before he figures him out, that's going to be the problem. And I think that's Errol Spence's opportunity to capitalize, is usually early in the fight, because Errol Spence has this distinct style. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you with the jab. He's gonna abuse the body. He's gonna chop down that tree. What I'm saying? Errol Spence is a tough dude, man. That's why I like this fight so much. Cause I like both fighters. I like both fighters. I'm leaning towards Crawford, But I like both fighters. I like Errol Spence. You know, that's why I think that's why everybody else likes, because they both everybody like a lot of people like both these boxers. You know, everybody comes in like, yeah, you know, I can't, it's tough, because you just both fighters, you just respect them. I respect the big fish, man. He just does it. He just fights the right way, man. He fights how I would want my fighter to fight. Like if it wasn't for Crawford, because Crawford just can do everything, in my opinion. But if it was anybody else, man, I'd be going for Spence, because Spence just fights the way I want my guy to fight. He'll just stand up. He'll just stand you up in the ring. He'll just jab you, get you combo you down, get you just abuse the body, man. He just gets it in. He just puts in his work for real, man. I just like how Errol Spence handles his business in the ring. So I'm super excited for the fight, man. Either way, I'm like, either way, I'm not gonna come out of that disappointed. I don't think, regardless of the outcome. I know where I'm leaning at, but if Spence wins the fight, then I'm cool with that too. Just because both of these dudes handle their business, man. This is just a long time coming. I'm glad they didn't wait. It wasn't too late. Like the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. It wasn't. When they were kind of. Floyd was like 38 and Pacquiao was like 35. Now it's like. I think Crawford's 35 and Spence is like 33. So I mean, I think it's right at their prime. Right, and Crawford's kind of at the tail end of his, and Spence is still kind of in his prime. So it's gonna be a mega fight. It's gonna be some on some straight up Hagler Hearns. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Hearns, and it's just it's that type of matchup. We're two different styles where both fighters are really complement each other, and they have the capability of beating each other in a fight. What I'm saying? There ain't gonna be no one-sided, lopsided anything. Both, and they got the experience. They, and the belts is on the line. Everything is just is here. So for this fight, and I'm just excited. I'm great. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get down there to see it this summer. I'm happy it happened this summer, because I'm planning on going to Vegas anyway. So now I can make that trip happen, and try to see that fight up close and personal. So I'm looking forward to that. Now we can talk about the NBA Finals, because now that we're here, we can talk about what it's looking like. Just leading up to it, cause I don't think I've talked about it since the last time we spoke on it. A couple months ago, man, because I haven't been doing videos in a while. I've just been kind of chilling and just working on my music, and I'm almost done with that, and I'll get into that later. But yeah, I mean, this really, Miami and Denver, made it to the finals, and it makes sense to me, except for the Boston series. Boston definitely was the more talented team to beat Miami if they handled their business. But I think there's just, they just didn't have that continuity to do it. They have they just, and also their offense wasn't connected. Because I say they get caught up in playing iso ball and playing off of Brown and Tatum. Everybody plays off of them. So when Miami threw zones at them and stuff like that, they couldn't bust the zone. They'll try to one-on-one the zone, and then that would cause them a lot of problems. It would cause them a lot of missed shots, and they're being more dependent on 3-pointers rather than try to break the zone, do some cutting. Just to get some movement, because you gotta with zones you gotta set screens and create movement within it. Even though because whenever you set a screen at the top of the zone, it just kind of busts it. Or if you got, like in this case, Jokic with Denver, you got a center who can work the high post and just pretty much just quarterback the game from the high post, and then can also hit that jump shot. It just kind of breaks the zone, because you got somebody just sitting in the middle of the zone, just kind of breaking it apart, because the zone just reacts to everything, reacts to the ball. Wherever the ball is going, that's where the zone is kind of shifting to. So when you shift the zone into the middle of the court, that just brings everybody into the center of the court, and then that just opens up a lot of different lanes and opportunities for open shots or cuts to the basket. So and Boston could capitalize on that on their end when Miami applied the zone, or they'll switch it up, and confuse them, switching from man to the zone, got them all confused, and they couldn't do anything about it. So I mean, that was a part of the series, and it was just the Miami just has dogs, straight up, just Caleb Martin, um, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus. They just had a bunch of dogs. They didn't have Tyler Hero, and they might get him back in the finals, but they didn't have him for pretty much the last two rounds, and it's crazy, that there's just a bunch of dogs. I'm surprised they didn't throw UD in there, for a couple minutes just to kind of impose his will, because I know he's still got a little left in the tank, but yeah, but you got, of course, you got Bam Adebayo, you got Jimmy Butler. It's just solid players. They didn't even put in Kevin Love. Didn't really play this series, but I think he should play in this one. But they didn't even they got him sitting on the bench, so they got a solid squad. It's been a minute since the 8 seed made it this far. And they're the first playing team to reach the finals, and well deserved. They got the coach, Eric Spoelstra. He's one of the best coaches in the NBA. He's proven that, time and time again. We act like that's not facts, but it is facts. We kind of gloss over it in the regular season when, they're kind of coasting, but once the playoffs start, that's when the magic happens, and that's when Eric Spoelstra shows his greatness. So yeah, I'm excited, to see this finals overall, because Miami has a tough test. I think they're going to be their toughest test, and against playing against a more complete team like as Denver is, the Denver Nuggets, because as you can see, the MVP. Nikola Jokic is doing this thing. He's dominating. He dominated game one. He's had a triple double. He just lets the game come to him. You have a center that it's like he's like the modern day Arvydas Sabonis, like when he was in Europe. He's like that, just that dominant force. He may not be as athletic, but he's that dominant force where he can do it. He can do everything. He can shoot the ball. He can post up. He can pass out of the post. He can pass at the top of the key. He can bring the ball up the court. He just does everything. I'm saying, the only thing he's not that great at, or he's average at, his defense, and his defense has improved this year. So in my opinion, he was an MVP candidate for sure. I know Joel Embiid had to win it. It was just one of those things where it's just recency bias, where it's like, okay, we can't give you 3 MVPs and you haven't won a championship yet. So that's really what it boiled down to. So we're gonna give it to Joel for the first time, just to kind of make it seem fresh. But in reality, you could have went either way, to him or Embiid. So but he's doing the more important things. Right now he's actually trying to get the championship. He's trying to get that Finals MVP, because that's more important, because that means you won the championship. So that's always a more important award to me. The MVP, the regular season MVP is nice. Is that you did your thing in the regular season, but the postseason is what we all are. That's when the stakes are higher, the basketball level is higher. So I think the Finals MVP has always been a more coveted trophy for most NBA players, unless you're selfish. But yeah, see. So, but yeah, Denver's gonna Denver. I feel like Denver is the better team, and they're the more complete team. Because they have not only Jokic, they got Jamal Murray, so they match pretty much Jimmy and Bam's production. And Jamal Murray's been having a great playoffs. He's showing he's back to where he was before, during the bubble, and so I think he might be better. He's more composed. He takes his time a lot more. He doesn't rush anything. He just kind of he also lets the game come to him somewhat. He doesn't he doesn't take too many contested threes. He kind of just lets the offense kind of flow to him, and then he works off of screens. They got a great 2-man game. I think their 2-man game is kind of Stockton and Malone-esque. How they, with their dribble handoffs, and just Jokic as a passer. It just kind of it's just such a perfect 2-man game. You got and Jamal Murray's a shooter. He can handle the ball. He can attack the hoop. So yeah, it's probably one of the better 2-man games I've seen in a minute since Tony Parker and Tim Duncan. It's like having or Ginobili and Tim Duncan, just that Spurs kind of offense. I haven't seen a motion offense run like that since then. So it's kind of incredible to watch. Just two players play off each other like that, and then they got that supporting cast. They got Jamal Murray. obviously, and they got Michael Porter Jr., who's a shooter, and he's been playing better defense in the finals. He's been stepping his defense game up, and you got Aaron Gordon, who's just being a beast. Because they're a bigger team. At the end of the day, Miami needs to start playing Kevin Love because they're too little. Because just Denver's just big all around. They got 6'10". Michael Porter Jr. got 6'9". Aaron Gordon. You got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope 6'6". Two guard. Can defend, shoot the three. Just a 3-and-D guard, and can attack the hoop on you. You got Bruce Brown off the bench, just doing everything, just doing all the dirty work and doing all, knocking down threes, handling the ball. He just brings just that extra, just that do everything type of guard to the game, and it's just they just got a squad, man. I mean, it's just top. They just got the team. You got Uncle Jeff Green, and that's my Georgetown boy out here about balling and getting it done. He just comes in and does his thing, and just can score, can shoot the three, can handle the ball. What I'm saying? He's just a vet. So I just it's gonna be tough for Miami to win this series. They gotta win game 2. They just lost game 1. And they play great. They play good defense, I think, in game 1. But this, I think they got kind of attributed to the rust from Denver not making a lot of threes, because Miami missed a lot of threes, and so did Denver. So I think game 2 is going to be a more of an indication of how this series is going to go, because Miami can come in and steal a game in game 2, and then that's going to make things very interesting for the series in general. Because then that forces Denver to have to go into Miami and win a game, and then it's gonna make it a great series. But the way it looks, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna wait and see how game 2 looks. Game 2 is gonna tell me everything about this series. Because I'm kind of torn. The good money is picking on Miami. That's where kind of the good money's been. That's where the good money has been. As far as just from a betting standpoint. Just throughout the whole playoffs. People been betting on Miami. And they've been paying off from a series winner standpoint. But they're in a tough one against Denver, because Denver's just a complete team. Nobody don't have anybody that can really stop Jokic. So I'm leaning towards Denver winning this series overall. But I'm gonna give Miami a chance in game 2 to see what they can do, because they now they got an opportunity to make some adjustments, and they know what they're dealing with, and then kind of go from there, and then we'll see how those adjustments work. And if they don't do anything, and they don't beat them in game 2, then I don't think I think it's going to be over in 4 or 5. But if they do win game 2, it's gonna they should be able to win. They should be able to make it a series. I'm gonna say that much. So should be some exciting stuff. I'm really happy about this matchup overall, because it's kind of the matchup I wanted. I didn't want no Lakers and Celtics matchup. Because I think that's just we just don't need that. We don't need to see too much of that. I want to see two different teams, a team that hasn't won it before, and just kind of more parity. I don't want to see the same two teams that's won most of the majority of the championships in NBA history. Keep going at it. Because I think, but even though that's where the money's at from a financial standpoint for the NBA, but as a fan, I want to see a team that hasn't won before win it, or I want to see a guy like Jimmy Butler or the Miami Heat or eighth seed, or just like an underdog, like win a championship. So this is kind of the matchup I was hoping for overall. But either way, it would have been fine. The Lakers had a great season, and the Celtics kind of had a great season up until the playoffs, because I felt they underperformed. But the Lakers were definitely overachieved. With the roster they had and all the changes that they made, and now they're I think they're in a good spot for the future. Because now they just need to figure out their point guard situation and keep Austin Reeves, and they should be good. And then Boston just needs to figure out if they want to trade probably Jaylen Brown. I don't think they should. I think they just need a point guard that can control the offense, rather than because Marcus Smart's he's not a table setter as a point guard. He needs to he plays great defense. I think he's just better suited off the bench as a 6-man. I think that's what he brings to the table. Just that defense, and just he can shoot. You know, he can play with the second unit. I think if he plays second unit or more in the closing lineups, you know, they can get if they can get like a big guard, if they can get like a big point guard, I think like a Dejounte Murray would be perfect for Boston. And then at that point, you got a bigger point guard, and then you can throw in Marcus Smart, you know, as a two guard or interchangeable. Just have somebody just a little bit bigger that can also handle the ball. Even Shea, like Gilgeous Alexander, be just lovely for you know. But that's just wishful thinking, you know. Just that big point guard would be nice for that team. But overall, I think that they need a floor general, you know, to control who gets the ball and takes the ball away from Jaylen Brown have to handle the ball because he's not it's just not part of his game. Like he just always gets in trouble whenever he's handling the ball at the top of the key. You know, he needs to be on the wing, you know, attacking the hoop, cutting, knocking down threes. You know, doing a couple of dribbles to get to where he needs to go. Just straight up, he needs to take a page from Kawhi's book from a dribbling standpoint. I think I said this before too. He needs to take a page from his book and try and learn how to, you know, just kind of learn how to dribble with the purpose. You know, don't really try to do too many moves with the ball. You know, just make your move and go. You know, and just attack and get to your spot and make your shot. You know, don't really get caught up in trying to kind of dance with the ball too much. You know, I think that just kind of as the cause of a lot of his turnovers, and that was a big deal. So, but he just, you know, it's something he needs to work on. But but he's still young though. He's going to be great. He's going to be a great player. He had a great season. He averaged like 26. So I mean, I think this is just, you know, a stepping stone type of situation for him. So it's going to be dope. It's going to be dope to see if they keep him or if they decide to send him to Atlanta to Dejounte Murray, or like or another team, you know, or the Knicks, or I don't know where he can go. But I know I'm pretty sure any other team will want him. You know, I know I would want him if I was any other team. He can come wherever, you know what I'm saying, because that's just, you know, he can fix his handles. That's a fixable thing to do, you know. His handles, you know, he can work on that in the summer. So it's just, you know, unfortunate that didn't work out for these playoffs, you know. But moving forward, yes, I mean he's worth the money that he's asking for. So looking forward to seeing that, you know, as far as just the off season, you know. But right now the finals is going on, and hopefully you know, we'll see what's going on. And just speaking of the off season, you know, everybody's been talking about the Ja Morant situation, and based on the last press conference that Adam Silver just had, talking about it a little bit and talking about what he found out and the additional information found out, I think he's about to be suspended for at least 30 games. And I think they're gonna send a message to him. They're gonna send because 30 games is a harsh message. It's gonna take him out of the running for any awards, which means that he's not going to get the big contract that he wants. So it's just going to be a harsh lesson for him, you know, and just showing him that, you know, you're part of a business, and you have an image that you must uphold within that business. You know, you're not an independent contractor. You don't own, you know, you have to conduct yourself in a certain way within that business, you know. And that's what a lot of young people need to learn, you know. Even though they got the money to do what they think is whatever they want to do, but if you're a part of an organization or a business or entity, or someone else is writing your checks, you know, you're not getting the money directly. You know, you're waiting on someone else to give you the money, waiting for organization to give you the money. You know, there's rules and regulations you need to abide by. You know, and a lot of people, they think that, you know, because of the money, they have all this money as young men, that they think they're above all the rules and regulations of things, and they can just do whatever they want. Their mind is telling them that they can do what they want. They can flash a gun whenever they feel like it. or anything like that. You can't do that. It's just what it is. We don't know where everybody's trying to bring up Second Amendment rights and stuff like that, as far as, or he didn't break the law and anything like that. He didn't. He's not going to jail for it. But within that organization, there's rules and regulations. The NBA doesn't is against guns. Just look at the Gilbert Arenas situation when he brought guns into the locker room. He brought guns into the place of business. If you bring a gun into your job, you're gonna get in trouble for it. They might fire you. You bring your job inside the office building or in the warehouse or anything like that. You can't do that. Sometimes they're like that. You can't even have it in your car because they don't want that. They don't want that stigma, or they don't want to have just that type of that type of arm, that type of firearm into the building. They don't want to cause that. They don't want that energy into the situation. So and he's an NBA player. He has an image to uphold. He's upholding the NBA image, and he's also one of the star players in the NBA. So he has a following, and when his following sees him riding around with guns in the car or at the gentleman's club, then that's a problem. That reflects on the NBA, as because he's a face of the NBA. He's a face of a lot of sponsorships. So it's not you know it's not in his best interest to be doing that, on camera. He can do that at his house, off camera, whatever he wants, as long as nobody's gonna see it, nobody's gonna know about it. There's nobody saying he can't have guns. It's just that he can't should be flashing them on IG Live. He can't be flashing them. Just like, what are you doing? Like, why do you even want people to know you have a gun? A lot of people like this. That's what confuses me about these young kids, man. They always want somebody to know that they're holding something, man. I don't want nobody to know I have a gun. I want that to be a surprise. I want it to be something to be like, oh, you pack it, and I didn't know yet, because I'm ready to use it now. I don't want to. You don't ever pull out a gun unless you're ready to use it. I was always taught that as when I was in the Marines. Like that was a big point, is that we don't use our guns unless we need to, unless we go into the rifle range. Like, I never even mess with my rifle unless we were going to the rifle range, we were going out in the field. Other than that, my rifle was locked up in the armory. It wasn't sitting at my thing. If I had a personal piece that I kept up in the room and stuff like that. But I was registered and everything. But other than that, I never as far as my rifle, my M4. My M16, that was always locked in the army until it was time to get busy, But when I was in the field, or when I was in Iraq, when I was in Iraq, I had it on me at all times because I was in theater. I was in pretty much in a theater of war. So it was on me every day. It was next to me in the bed. I had my rifle, my side piece on me at all times. So yeah, it's it's just it's just the nature of the situation. Is that he shouldn't have flashed it. He was already in trouble for flashing it at the club. Now he said it, and he said it wasn't even his gun, the one he was flashing at the strip club. And now, is this the gun that he was just flashing? Is that not his gun? Is that the same gun? That's probably what they found out. They probably found out the gun that he had at that strip club, and the gun that he was flashing is the same gun, and that's gonna make it even worse if that's the case. So it's wild, man. I think it's wild, man. That's what I'm saying. I hope the young kids is learning a lesson about how to just humbling yourself and not trying to be one of these, not trying to be out here trying to portray an image that ain't you. Like, it's like Ja trying to be one of these rappers. Now he about to be having one of these rapper salaries. He want to be like the rappers. He want to graduate and be a rapper. Now he about to have that rapper salary. The rappers don't want that NBA money. They out here, they trying to get up into the $200 million because they getting with these but they out here stuck with these record label deals, these $1 million deals. That are being advanced to them, that they gotta pay back through album sales and shit like that. They don't like that shit. I mean, they cool with all the clout and everything like that, but I mean, most of these rappers, man, they ain't getting no money like that. They ain't getting money like that unless they actually selling records. What I'm saying? They getting advances that need to come back to the label. Based on their sales and their tour money and things like that. So it's like, I don't know why you want to be like these rappers, man. Like, these rappers. They got I get it. They got the girls, they got the clout, they got the energy. They got all the They got the following and stuff like that. But the money, shit, you got the money, Ja. You don't need to you don't even need to do too much, man. Take a page out of your you see look at your vets, look at your around the NBA, you need to lean on them a little bit more and try to see if you can, learn something from them, because they be in the cut, they just do their thing, spend time with their family, just spend some, yeah, just it's all about family, it's once you get, as older you get, the more conscious you get of that, it's family, man. The family is everything. All this fame and clout and everything it don't mean nothing at the end of the day, because it's gonna come, it's gonna go. You're gonna get some clout, you're gonna get some attention, you're gonna get some fame, you're gonna get some love from the masses, and then as you get older and you get more and you humble yourself, it just slowly just goes away, and then you realize, all you got is your family, your friends, your close friends, you know, it, and this is what it's all about. You got to enjoy that, man. You got to humble yourself and enjoy the people, the real people that are put into your life. And not get so caught up in just the outside attention, the outside attractions in life. That are there to kind of distract you and put you in bad situations such as this. So hopefully it works out for him, but I anticipate a lengthy suspension overall. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm at the 30-minute mark, so I'm gonna leave my video at that. I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna be doing a lot of videos this summer. I got a little time this summer, so I'm really excited about moving forward with my little vlog, my podcast, whatever you want to call it. We'll see what it develops into this summer. I'm really gonna put some work in and do some more videos and really try to make something happen and do a lot of work. And also, like I said, my project's getting ready to come out. It's almost done. I'm just waiting on the album cover. I'm about to put out these last couple beats in the coming week. And yeah, I'm gonna put it all together. Might just take it in to get it mixed down one more good time. All the tracks, and then I'm gonna put out a nice little package for everybody so you can see the work I did on this project. It's called it's basically called Doubletron 3. I'm gonna do a video just personally on it, but since y'all watching, it's called Doubletron 3. It's my third volume of Doubletron music. And Doubletron is just kind of a alter ego of mine, as far as the style of music that I'm doing, because usually when I'm in Doubletron mode of making music, I'm doing like a lot of trap music, trap, EDM, drum and bass, trance, just a lot of different EDM sounds, video game music and stuff, things like that. It's just and this one's just kind of more of I did a lot of spacey, a lot of space type music, and just kind of the tone and a lot of just a lot of outer space and astronaut type music. It's just super dope. I love it. I like how it's coming out, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm also gonna this summer I'm gonna lock in, and I'm gonna work on my big project. It might be one of my last projects until I'm gonna stop doing like projects in general. So I'm trying to decide on just based on how it sounds, because I got a few beats I'm working on. I'm doing a lot of things from scratch on this project. I don't have anything finished on it, so I'm just gonna really lock in and probably pretty much knock it out this summer. And then depending on how it sounds as I'm as the project progresses, I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna make it get some artists on it to rap on it, or if it's just gonna be another instrumental. I'm leaning towards getting some rappers on it, because I haven't had a project where I had a compilation, and I always wanted to do that. So hopefully it sounds professional enough, because I would have to, because for it to be at that point, a lot of my music is starting to it sounds pretty professional. I feel like I'm pretty nice at it, but this project is going to have to be the official, for me to really do what I want with it, as far as getting some artists, some local artists, hopefully some out-of-state artists that I know, getting them on it, and making a great project out of it, because it has to be great in order for me to take it to that level. And I need to strive for that. I need to challenge myself. I'm gonna say that to myself and say that to y'all, that I should challenge myself and go to that level. And that's what I want to do. And you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make it a compilation. That's the goal. So looking forward to that from a music standpoint, and also keep an eye out for Doubletron 3. Lost in Space. Is coming out within the next couple weeks. So I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. As always, it's always love. It's always, it's always appreciative of your support, and just keep in tune with me throughout the summer. Keep in tune with me with anything I put out. I appreciate y'all, and let me know if you guys are putting anything out. I'll support you guys as well. Because you guys are all my friends, and I appreciate everyone's support. So peace out. You guys have a great day, and go Man City. Handle your business next week, and I'll be doing another video soon. Thank you. Peace out.